back to my channel. My name is Paige, and today, as you can see, we are talking The Little Mermaid. I'm sorry if my energy's a little down. I have my coffee, so we're gonna bring her right back up and get that caffeine to get me going. I know I'm a little late in talking about this movie. I get late, I guess. I don't know. I don't like to rush to make a video about a movie. I kind of like to let it sit with me a little bit and just, so I can really marinate in it and get a good opinion going. And the discourse around this movie has been very negative, so I don't know, it's a little odd, but it's fine. We're gonna talk about it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna make it a quick one, and let's just get right on into it. Disney's A Little Mermaid is the 2023 live-action film adaptation of the 1989 animated film of the same name. The film follows teenage mermaid Ariel, who longs to go to the surface to experience the human world. Along her journey to become a part of that world, Ariel defies her father, King Triton, by going to the surface, where she spots a handsome Prince Eric and begins to fall for him. Once her father learns that she's disobeyed him, his harsh punishment drives Ariel to make a deal with the evil sea witch Ursula, who manipulates Ariel into selling her voice in exchange for a pair of legs, with the caveat that in order to keep her new... what's the word again? Oh, feed. She must make the prince fall in love with her and seal it with a kiss within 3 days. And so the 2023 version of the movie pretty much follows the same plot, even though they did make a few changes that we'll get into later on in the video. But in this version, Halle Bailey stars in the movie as Ariel. So of course, as you guys know, I made some notes. So if you see me looking down, it's because of my notes. So first things first, I thought Halle Bailey did absolutely amazing as Ariel. This might be an unpopular opinion. I've seen a lot of people saying negative things about her performance, saying that she can't act. I actually thought that she did a beautiful job, especially considering that this is her debut as an actress. I thought it was a great first acting attempt. I thought she sang beautifully. Of course, her voice is absolutely stunning. She has the perfect voice, demeanor, mannerisms to be a Disney princess. So I thought she did a wonderful job with what she was given. I also want to say that I believe that remakes are such a tall order. I wish Disney would stop making remakes and just make original content, because it's very difficult for a remake to live up to the original version, especially a movie like The Little Mermaid. Excuse me. Or how they redid Mulan, and they always do Cinderella every few years. It's so hard for those movies, for the remakes of those movies, to match the original, because the original movie came out in 1989. So people who are 50 years old now grew up with that movie as a kid. And so when movies have a nostalgic place in people's hearts, it's very, very hard to remake that movie and expect people to be excited about it and like it more than the original. I don't think it's possible. It might be possible. Give me examples down in the comments of remakes that were better than the original. There's very, very few, because nostalgia is so powerful. Even if a movie sucks, but you watched it 12,000 times as a kid, you will love it just because it holds a special place in your heart. So I do give them credit for their performances, and I do think that the acting in this movie was really, really good considering. And I thought Halle Bailey did a beautiful job, and it is a very tall order to fill the shoes of the original Little Mermaid. Speaking of the original Little Mermaid, I also really like the scene in the market where Jodie Benson hands Halle Bailey's Ariel the dingle hopper, kind of passing the torch in a way, like, this was mine, now it's yours, and really passing the torch to the new Ariel. I thought that was really sweet, and it was a nice Easter egg. So the new Prince Eric was played by Jonah King, and I actually thought he did a very good job. He was very likable, and I liked that they gave his character a little bit more meat, and we got to see some of his hopes, his dreams, his aspirations, how he loves to travel. And I really loved the scene of Ariel and Eric bonding over his treasures, because it was similar to her. She had her grotto full of treasures, and I really liked that that was something that they were able to bond over. And them taking the time to like flesh out his character more gave us a lot more context as to how and why Ariel falls for him, which was kind of lacking in the original, but the original is a cartoon, so it's like not a big deal. But I do like that they gave us that in the live action version. And Hallie and Jonah's chemistry was off the charts in this movie. They had me giggling and kicking my feet up like a schoolgirl. Their scenes together were really, really cute, very magical. I really enjoyed them together on screen. I feel like his Prince Eric in his scenes alone could have been a little punched up. I don't know, it was missing something, but when they came together on screen, I was just cheesing and giggling, and it was so cute, and I really enjoyed their chemistry. Now, they did give Prince Eric a song. I didn't know whether to put this in the pros or the cons. I thought it was interesting that he had a song because very few princes in the Disney franchise have their own musical numbers. It was interesting. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. So, and Melissa McCarthy played Ursula the Sea Witch. I think she did a good job as Ursula. I think she was a really solid choice for the part, and I liked her portrayal of Ursula. I did. I thought she did a good job. I do have a few things to say about it, but I'm gonna leave that in the latter half of the video. But for right now, I just want to say that I do think that she did a good job initially. I thought Daveed Diggs and Jacob Tremblay did a great job voicing Sebastian and Flounder. I really wanted to see more Flounder. Sebastian, his voice acting was great for Sebastian. Love Sebastian. He was funny. It was really good. I wanted to see more Flounder. I love Flounder. He's like my favorite sidekick in The Little Mermaid. I would have loved to see more of him. So yeah, I thought he did a really wonderful job voice acting wise, and he needed more scenes. Jessica Alexander did a great job as Evil Vanessa. I honestly think the entire cast, except for one maybe, did a really great job, but I'll get into, I'll get into the negatives. But I do think like across the board, all in all, the entire cast was very strong and they did a really good job. So I did enjoy the casting choices, and I think they did pretty good on most of them. Like 99 out of 100% was really, really very strong and great casting. Okay, and now unfortunately into the negatives. These are just things that I personally did not really enjoy about the movie or thought could have been stronger. And I noticed that a lot of the things that I actually didn't care for in this movie have very little to do with the actual cast and the acting, and more to do with direction and cinematography. So, that's why I feel that the cast did a really good job with what they had to work with. So first, the commercials did not do this movie justice. It looks way better on screen than it did in the trailers. The trailers made it look so dark and so dingy. Even I wasn't really excited to see it at first because, I was excited to see it, but when I saw the trailer, I was like, why would they do that? Like, I did not like that. We are here to see a colorful movie. I don't even want to go on a tangent about like why studios are doing this, but in a lot of these new movie remakes, especially from Disney, they are turning the saturation all the way down and giving us dark, dingy, dull. I don't want to see a really dark, underexposed movie, especially when it's a remake of a beloved children's movie. Not every movie needs to go dark. I don't understand why that's a thing. I honestly want to blame The Dark Knight for this and like Marvel as a whole. Like, it is their fault because I feel like since Disney acquired Marvel, this could be, if I'm even on the right track, you guys let me know. I could be totally wrong. But I feel like since Disney acquired Marvel, number one, they give all their budget to Marvel. That's a whole other story, which we can see in this movie. Like, where's the budget? And number two, like, because The Dark Knight, I feel like, beautiful movie, wonderful movie, we love it. Because that movie was that dark, grungy aesthetic and everybody loved it, I feel like since then, everybody's just been turning the saturation down, turning the brightness down, and we don't need that for every movie, especially for movies that are fantasy. I want color, I want brightness, especially in this movie. It's such a joyous, bright, fun movie. We're supposed to be in the Caribbean. Where is the color? And again, this could also be a budgeting thing because I think the lack of practical effects is why the ocean in the movie looks so flat. Because I have seen some clips of the behind the scenes filming of the movie, and they are really just in front of a green screen. And in a lot of movies that use CGI, especially in the 90s, there were a lot of practical effects to fill in the gaps so that CGI doesn't have to do all of the work. And I think that's something that this movie was lacking. Like, there was no real set design to help fill in the gaps for the ocean and for the underwater scenes to give us some real texture and some real depth. So sometimes when you're looking at the ocean in the movie, it looks flat because it is flat. It's just a screen. There was nothing else there with the actors. And again, that's not anything that is the actor's fault. That's a whole other, that's a behind the scenes issue. So I don't know. I would like movies to rely less on CGI and more on practical effects, because it really does make a huge difference in the final outcome of the movie, in my opinion. Okay, and Aquafina. Now, this is one I don't really feel bad about. I am not really a fan of Aquafina, so I might be biased, honestly, but I just am not a fan of the things that she's in, because I feel that a lot of times with comedians, they kind of play the same shtick over and over in a bunch of different movies, and like, I'm not trying to see that. I want to watch a movie and see Scuttle, not Aquafina as Scuttle. It's just weird, because Aquafina to me is a character. And what's Aquafina's real name? I don't even know her real name. Hold on. So to me, Aquafina is a character and Nora Lum is the real person, and I want to see Nora playing Scuttle, not Aquafina playing Scuttle, because it's just, I cannot detach her in my mind when I'm watching it on the screen. And I don't like the little song that Scuttle had, the scuttlebutt.
Sebastian, I got that scuttlebutt. Hurry up. You'll be like, what? When I drop that scuttlebutt.
I did not like that. Lin-Manuel Miranda, talented, wonderful. I'm glad that he's eating and he's working and he's getting his coin. Good for him, But like, we don't need a little rap in everything. I'm sorry. Why did Scuttle need a song? Scuttle didn't need a song, so he could have kept that. Sorry, Lynn, but no. Last but not least, I hope this video was not too long. I was trying to give it to you quick, but my last thing was that Ariel's hair was not red, and I really wish her hair was red. Bright Rihanna red, fire engine red. Like, why was her hair like this color? It was like a blonde, strawberry blonde, orangey ginger, which is cute, but it should have been red. It should have been red. Like, I don't understand why they did that. This is what I'm saying. Like, the cinematography was beautiful when Ariel was on land, but under the sea, it was not hitting, because it was just so flat. And I think her hair was a bad choice as well, because her hair blended in so much to her skin when she was under the water that there were times where I'm like, Ariel is supposed to be standing out in this scene. Like, in the underwater scenes, like, my eye should go straight to her, but I'm losing her. Like, my eye is not tracking her. I'm looking at all the other stuff in the frame, because the bright red hair would help her stand out and would have been a nice contrast to all the colors going on underwater. Because there were some scenes, back to the brightness issue, there were some scenes that were beautiful underwater, but very few. It was not breathtaking and colorful and vibrant. It was just so. And I do believe that her hair would have made a huge difference. When she's singing Part of Your World and she's going through that dark hole and coming up, like, the bright red hair would have helped to just really add a little punch to that scene. And I'm very disappointed that they didn't do that, because the whole movie I'm like, wow, I really like this movie. Wow, I really like Halle Bailey. She's so beautiful. Her voice is gorgeous. Why isn't her hair red? And when Ursula's like, so long, red, or see you, red, or whatever she says, I'm thinking, literally when she said that, I was thinking, she's not even a redhead for real. So, Okay, so I hope that was quick and that didn't take too much time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked the Little Mermaid remake, let me know down in the comments below what you thought. I would love to hear your thoughts on the movie. Even though I had all of those little critiques to say, I will be seeing this movie again. I'm actually seeing it tomorrow, and I'm excited to see it. I thought it was a cute movie, and you know, if they put it out on Disney Plus, I would probably watch it again there too. It was cute, and it made me want to watch the original, so I didn't mind it. You know, you can't please everybody, and nostalgia is a very, very powerful drug. So, you know, you like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like. So it's okay. Movies are subjective. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys like this movie. And this movie, I always say that. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys like this video, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.